Yo, what is going on, everybody? Eric Pauly from SportsMemo and Wager Talk here, and today I'm going to be breaking down some betting angles on two NFL games on this Sunday slate. The first game I'm going to take a look at is the Carolina Panthers headed to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Now, the Panthers are 0-1. They're coming off a last-minute loss to the Cleveland Browns where they hit a last-second field goal to end the game. The Panthers had an absolutely abysmal first half, but in the second half, Baker Mayfield and co. was able to put together some very solid drives, score some points, get themselves the lead that unfortunately they weren't able to hold as the Browns were able to hit a last-second deep field goal for the win. The other team, the New York Giants, they're coming off a win against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee, but they had a very similar game script as the Carolina Panthers. The Giants were absolutely abysmal in the first half. In the second half, they're able to make up some ground, get the lead, and the Tennessee Titans lined up for a game-winning field goal at the last second. But fortunately for the Giants, the Titans missed. The Giants end Week 1 1-0. Now, the look-ahead line for this game prior to Week 1 being played was New York Giants -1. And in my power rankings, I had the Carolina Panthers as 4-point road favorites in my own personal rankings. After Week 1, I readjusted my lines and had Carolina still as -2.5 favorites on the road, and the betting market actually made the Giants bigger favorites, having them opening at -2.5, and right now they're currently sitting at Giants -2, Giants -2.5, depending where you're looking. Now, of course, it'd be easy to say that I have the Panthers rated higher in my power rankings. The betting market disagrees. Take the Panthers. Well, the thing about the betting market is it's the betting market and you need to respect it. And when you have differing opinions than the betting market, that does not mean you automatically pound the team that you think is going to win. You have to kind of reconsider given the state of the market. Looking at this matchup, there are a couple of things to consider, but where I really see value in this game, if the Giants are still 2.5 point favorites on Sunday, is looking to add the Carolina Panthers to a 2 or 3 team 6-point teaser. Just looking at trends for against the spread, since 2010, teams that are 1-0 are only covering at a 41.2% clip against teams that are 0-1. I have the Carolina Panthers rated higher in my power rankings. I do not have the Giants being 2 points better than the Panthers. I actually have it being flopped around. But now you're telling me that I can get the Carolina Panthers at +8.5 on the road against New York. You asked me, that is certainly a great leg to add to a teaser. The Giants are not 8.5 points better than anybody in the National Football League. I have the Panthers rated higher, and there is certainly value in teasing up the Panthers because you're covering that key number of 3, that key number of 7, and you're also covering 8 for this matchup. The second game I'm going to be looking at, and certainly in the very similar light, is the Washington Commanders headed to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. The Commanders were able to win and cover the spread in Week 1 against the Jaguars, but it wasn't pretty. The Jaguars had a bunch of opportunities to win that football game. The Commanders gave them opportunities to win that football game, but it took a last minute to go touchdown for Jahan Dotson, the rookie for Washington, to win, and a last second interception from Trevor Lawrence to seal that victory. In Detroit, that game closed as Lions +6-point underdogs. They were able to lose by 3, and I know Philly had to convert that 4th-and-1 toward the end of the game to seal that victory. But those touchdowns for the Lions were kind of in garbage time, and I don't think they were even as close to the Eagles as it looked like in that matchup. So for the same exact reasons, I am looking at this game the same exact way. If you can get the Washington Commanders at +8.5 for this matchup in a 2 or 3 team 6-point teaser, that is another fantastic leg to add to that teaser. The Detroit Lions are not 8.5 points better than anybody in the National Football League. The Washington Commanders I have rated higher in my power rankings. I had the Commanders -3 in my look-ahead line. The look-ahead line was Detroit -1, and similar to the Giants game, the line went to -2, -2.5, and that's where it is currently sitting in the betting market. Now, again, I am not dying to go put wagers immediately on the Panthers or the Commanders on the money line because I have to respect the betting market. They're underdogs in the market for a reason, and my job as a bettor is to understand and act on why that is the case. But also as a bettor, I'm trying to find value. And where there is value is if I'm getting a 2 or 3 teams teaser at -110 or +180 odds respectively. If I'm able to add 6.5 points to a team that is getting 2.5 already, cover that key number of 3, 7, and 8, there's certainly value there, especially when you're talking about teams like the Giants and the Lions that again are definitely toward the bottom half of the NFL and are certainly not 8.5 point favorites over any team in the National Football League. Thank you for taking a listen. Really appreciate it. Best of luck on your bets this weekend, and keep in mind the Commanders and the Panthers as teaser legs this weekend.